Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kura Isagami, your residence taker and Medarotter, and this is the Medarot News Network, bringing you all the latest developments and happenings with our favorite pet fighting robot series. As we crest into week 3 of the Shin Megami Tensei Devi Kids collaboration with Medarot S, it looks like things are going to be just a little bit quieter as far as new or exciting things are to be had, with the exception of one of the new models also gracing the battlefield officially that we've seen only as an enemy-only NPC over the course of the last couple weeks. Aside from this, it is going to be a fairly quiet week, like I said, as we lead up to the week of Christmas, which is coming up very, very soon. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into what was officially announced for this week, starting with the gacha banners and who to expect in this week's lineup of Wave 3 of the Devi Kids collaboration. Now, much like it has been last week, we only have one brand new model that is officially joining the roster from the collaboration, and that is DVC-03 Pretend Azel, with a kit of minus chain shot, glitch rifle, double melt shot, multi-legs, and the leg ability of Pick On. Now, previously, we have seen Pretend Azel as an enemy-only NPC, so we kind of already had an idea of what he did up to a point. But now that he's officially pullable as a model that players can pull on and collect, it looks like we have a brand new contender for the new title of Plague Master in the world of Meta S. Previously, this title did belong to one of the other big collab-onlys, which was Apocalypse the End from the round 2 of the Digimon collaboration, but it looks like Apocalypse the End is going to have a real run for his money with what Pretend Azel is bringing to the table, between minus chain shot having an extremely powerful punishment over the number of negative symptoms he applies, and between glitch rifle and double melt shot, it's going to be extremely easy for him to stack on as many negative symptoms as possible, as long as he's allowed to remain on the field. And then with Pick On also giving him an even higher buff on top of that to his leg stats, he becomes a terror and a threat the longer he's allowed to stay on the field. Now, with the boosted rates, though, it is going to be a couple of very familiar faces that we've seen in Meta S time and again every once in a while, and those are the successor models to the original Archangel and Archdevil types from the days of Medarot 4. Starting that lineup is AAG-01 Fermion with full repair, drain shot, sanctuary, float legs, and breakneck, who can also meta change into a biblically accurate angel type form with a kit of max shot, needle guard, max Vulcan, float legs maintained, but the leg ability changes to reversal. Now inversely, we also see ADV-01 Boson going live this week as well, with a kit of Danger, Provoke, High Provoke, Wield Legs, and the leg ability of Hostility, who can meta change into a new Archdevil, or inversely formed, upside down Archdevil type form, with a kit of Revenge Sword, Deathlock, Hyper Survivor, Float Legs, and Fortress. Now, one thing to note about how this banner behaves is that this banner is going to be a little backwards compared to previous collab weeks where they have a special model and then a couple boosted rates. Whereas ultimately, you nailing the lesser percentage of getting the boosted rate model of Fermion or Boson honestly might be more profitable than getting Pretend Azel himself, even if he is really good. Primarily on the grounds that because Fermion and Boson are also both meta change type models, their rates are going to be a little more unforgiving and demanding, which means you're either going to pull the entire model all at once, or not at all, and possibly get something from Pretend Azel instead, if not something else depending on your luck. It is something just worth noting as you prepare to work on your gotcha banners and your pulls for this week. It is going to be fairly quiet, like I said, so this is really going to be the big highlight as far as what's being brought to the table. For the Fierce battles this week, though, it is going to be a very heavy emphasis on support overall, or auxiliary support in any kind of range or capacity, ranging from non-combative to combative all the same. This week we see reintroductions for SPW Sprytooth with Hold, Hammer, Sword, Biped Legs, and Spearhead, SPN0 Float Spinner with Melee Trap, Anti-Air, Anti-Sea, Float Legs, and Emergency, and RBT-05M Chrono Rabbit with Beam, Guard Boost, Shoot Trap, Wield Legs, and Auto Charge. On the bottom row, we have GTD-01 Daichenko with Melee Guard, Missile, Gatling, Tank Legs, and Heavy Arms, HWK-0 Fly Falcon with Triple Napalm, Flight Legs, and a Sail, and DOG-0 Cyan Dog with Triple Rifle, Biped Legs, and Clairvoyance. Now, ultimately, it is kind of difficult to determine which one is going to be a big MVP of the week because all 6 of them have at least 1 or 2 really good parts you can use just about anywhere. Sprytooth for your conventional melee combat with Hammer or Sword, Float Spinner for your terrain coverage with Anti-Air and Anti-Sea, Chrono Rabbit mostly for your off-field or passive support passive setup with Guard Boost and Shoot Trap. Daichenko also, it would be really good for tank legs with heavy arms and melee guard if you're feeling the need. Fly Falcon will mostly be really good for gunpowder coverage and even potential heavy leader flushing out enemy leaders with Silent Leader. But Cyan Dog, ultimately, I do have to give MVP of the week, primarily on the grounds that triple rifle, non-heavy, and fairly decent stats all around the board make him a very good model that you can use just about anywhere. So you don't even need to have him fully raised all the way, but if you do choose to go that full mileage with him, you will definitely milk it back in progress and in spades with the dependable coverage that Cyan Dog does bring to the table. So ultimately, farm all 6 just to have on hand, but Cyan Dog is definitely going to be man's best friend this week with what he brings to the table, especially if you are a newcomer or a rookie just starting your career as a Medarot. For Wave 3 of the event, it is going to be fairly quiet, like I said, with the introduction of only 1 brand new medal that will be going live this week as well. This week, we have the opportunity to earn the GOAT medal, which is a sniper nature medal with a mastery in melee, shooting, support, and setup, and leg masteries of multi, tank, and flight. We can also earn a profile banner featuring the Debbie Kids version of Azazel, and more gacha tickets and limited time resources, just as it has been in previous weeks. This event also features boss fights, so it's basically going to be a modified version of Score Attack. As such, pure sets will be encouraged when you're putting your teams together. Now, what makes boss fight different from Score Attack is simple. Every time you complete a round in the regular dungeon, you have the possibility to spawn a boss encounter, which will feature slightly more difficult enemies, but also a chance to earn points in a new array and higher array of rewards that you can earn from that particular encounter. You can also farm encounters to get as many as you want before you actually go to farm the encounter, before you actually go to take the boss encounters, but it's entirely up to you how you choose to do it. Again, pure sets will be encouraged across the board as you plan to challenge the event. For Meta Survivor, though, it is going to be fairly quiet for sure, as it's mostly just a reset and a refresh, business as normal with the Leah 2 event. So nothing really to report there, no new models or changes in quality of life. It's mostly just going to be a reset and refresh for everything that you've been waiting on. So if you have been farming or playing through Meta Survivor, don't expect too much aside from a new wave of events starting here very soon. On the community front, as always, we are continually looking for assistance with any of our ongoing projects or endeavors, such as with the Medarot 4 translation or any of the manga translation projects. So if you are knowledgeable in coding, cleaning Japanese, and have some time on your hands, or if you know somebody that might be, definitely feel free to reach out to any of us or even join the Discord, and we can definitely get you on foot and get you started with the right hand and with the right information and needed on where to go. One final reminder before I do wrap us up, as I am also on Card if you'd like to reach out to me or find any of my socials or even see any of my commission portfolio and rates for what I'm offering, between live 2D models ready to rig, my Pt.3 models, which are currently very popular, or anything else of the like, or if you just want to contact me, the link is provided here and of course in all video descriptions as well if you'd like to come take a look at that. Still a work in progress, but I do appreciate any of y'all taking time to go take a look at it. But ultimately, that does basically cover everything for this week's episode. So, like I said, it is fairly light in terms of what we're going to be seeing this week. Mostly just the introduction of Pretend Azel and a brand new event, and nothing really to note as far as Meta Survivor is concerned. So with that being said, if you'd like to know more, if you'd like, you can follow us on Facebook at the Medarot News Network page or the Metabots Forever community that I do also run and manage. You can also join us on Discord in the link provided and the comments below to keep an even closer ear to the ground on the action. This includes any new links to merchandise, fan art, contests, my weekly episodes, or anything else alike. That is the first place you will hear it before it goes anywhere else. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter, Discord, or Blue Sky at Isagami Kura if you have any questions, feedback, comments, suggestions, but specifically, that's the best place you can reach out to me for basically anything. So I do leave my DMs open on purpose for that very reason. Do not be a stranger and feel free to reach out. But with all that being said, as always, I do appreciate you all for stopping in, just as you always do. And until next time, this is your host, Kura Isagami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.